Over 400 years ago, in 1606, the Dutch crew of the Duyfken arrived in Australia. This was the first recorded arrival of Europeans in this land. They mapped part of the coast and met the First Nations people, all 164 years before Captain Cook. But unlike the British, the Dutch didn't stick around. The Dutch East India Company owned the Duyfken. They were once the world's biggest business. They traded spices, precious metals, and slaves all over the world. They were very rich and always looking to expand their empire. Many people believed there was a great land to the south, full of wonders and riches beyond anyone's wildest dreams. But they didn't know exactly where it was, or even if it was real. The company gave the Duyfken the task of finding new riches in the south. It was captained by Willem Jan Zoon. He set sail in November 1605 from the port of Banten, in the country we now call Indonesia. Duyfken means little dove in Dutch. It was a small ship with a crew of 20 men. It was 25 metres long and 6 metres wide. The ship had battled the Portuguese and Spanish. It had carried cargo like mail, coffee, wine, and spices more valuable than gold. In March 1606, the Duyfken arrived in Australia at what is now known as the Penfather River, on the western side of Cape York Peninsula in Queensland. Captain Jan Zoon and his crew took their time exploring the region. They mapped more than 300 kilometres of coastline. They met the local Aboriginal people on Wik country, who call this place the Wenna. Aboriginal people have lived on the land for over 65,000 years. The Wik and the Duyfken's crew traded tools and food. At first it seemed like they were getting along. But then the Dutch made the decision to abduct Wik women and take them back to the ship. The Wik people fought back and a battle started between the two groups. In the end, 9 Dutch crewmen died, almost half of the Duyfken's crew. Sadly, we do not know how many Wik people died. Not only had the Dutch found nothing valuable to trade, but they had also started a fight with the local people. With no reason to stay, they headed back to Indonesia. On their maps, they called the beach Cape Keerweer, meaning turn back in Dutch. A warning to anyone else who might want to visit. The Wik people still tell the story of how they fought off the Dutch invaders. Oral traditions keep their history alive, even after many hundreds of years.